Hello everyone and welcome back to another guide to Viper's snakebite lineups for the maps Split and Icebox. If you haven't watched the part 1 of my guide, the link will be on the description, so if you want to check out some of my lineups on the maps Ascent and Bind, make sure to click on the link below. And if you find these videos helpful, please do like them to show support and subscribe to my channel for more guides in the future. Now forgive me if my voice sounds weird because I've been having colds since the past few days because of the season, so I hope that you'll bear with me through the end of the video. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. The first map will be Split's A site. If the spike is planted on the angle right here, you're gonna have to position yourself on the angle of the walls at the ramps right here. And notice the corner of the dark painted building right here. You're gonna align it with these lines just like this. And do a normal left click. This lineup takes practice since the snakebite may end up going outside the wall or hitting the rooftop of the Crown Coffee building. The second one is an easy lineup to do. First is you have to stand on the plant pot right here. Aim your crosshair to the right end of this light just like this and do a normal left click. This lineup covers this part of the plant spot. On the same spot, another lineup is when the spike is planted near elbow. On the left end of this slide, this is your reference point 1, and on the edge of this building, this is your reference point 2. Make an angle where they both meet, and do a normal left click. Your snakebite will land directly on this spot. When the spike is planted on the back side covered by the terminal, on the same spot, align the lower left end of your bar to the angle right here and do a normal left click. The last lineup for A side is for when the spike is planted on booth. Stand on this corner on A main. Then position your lower left end of your bar to the angle right here and move it to the right where it meets this building like this and do a simple left click. Now for B side lineups, position yourself close to the wall. Then, move forward until the top end of the box meets the dark lines like this. Aim your crosshair to the edge like this and do a simple left click. This covers this open plant spot right here. The good thing about this lineup is you have a solid cover in front of you, and in case you have used all of your snake bites, you can peek the spike when the enemy are tapping the defuse. When the spike is planted on default, on the same spot, aim your crosshair to the pipes like this and do a simple left click.
Here. Here.
Your snakebite will cover the default plant spot as well as some of the areas on open plant. The next one is you have to position yourself to be long. Stand on this corner right here, aim your crosshair at the right end of this light just like this, and do a simple left click. This lineup covers this plant spot.
Here.
On the same lineup, aim it the same as the first one just like this, but this time do a jumping left click. This lineup then covers the plant spot in front of back alley as well as the safe corner right here. For Icebox on A site, the first lineup is you have to go to gate. Stand close to the wall on this line right here. Aim your crosshair at this angle just like this. And as soon as the enemy taps the defuse, do a normal left click. This lineup is for when the spike is planted safely on default. The second lineup is for when the spike is planted on generator. You're going to position yourself at A main, then on this line, stand close to the wall, then face on the yellow line right here. Notice the top part of the slanted crossbar. Aim your crosshair at that spot. Then as soon as the enemy taps the defuse, do a normal left click. This lineup covers this area in front of generator. For the third lineup on A site, position yourself on A main on this line right here near the glass window. And notice the light right here. Aim your crosshair at this position of the light just like this. And do a jumping left click. This lineup covers this plant spot. The last lineup on A site is from belt. Position yourself close to the wall on this line just like this. Aim at this angle right here. Then move your crosshair until it reaches to a point where your crosshair comes close to the part of this wall just like this. And as soon as you hear the enemy tapping the defuse, do a normal left click. This covers the plant spot on screens and maze. For B site, when the spike is planted on default, position yourself here on the cubby between green box and garage like this. Notice this pointed part right here. Aim your crosshair at that point, then move it up until your crosshair points to this black line just like this, and do a jumping left click. This lineup pretty much covers the whole area of default. For the second lineup, on the cubby right here, stand on this corner. Notice this angle right here. Align it with the 20% line mark of your bar, just like this. Then move it down until the lower part of your bar aligns with this part, just like this. Then do a jumping left click. This lineup is when the spike is planted on the opposite of default near orange boxes. Now for the third lineup, on the same spot, stand on this corner. Notice this light. Aim your crosshair at the right part, then move it down until your crosshair is out of the black line. Then do a normal left click. This lineup is good for when the spike is planted on this corner right here. And in case you have a teammate who is positioned on B back looking at the fence, or maybe a teammate holding kitchen that can peek at snow pile, or even a teammate holding halls right here. The next lineups are for when you are a Viper who's playing on mid. Stand on these boxes right here at mid. Notice these two stars here and here. Make an imaginary 90-degree angle where they both meet. Aim your crosshair at that angle, then do a jumping left click. This area covers the default plant spot right here. The next one is from the same spot, on this pointed part right here. You have to align the top part of your 40% line mark with that just like this, and do a simple left click. This lineup is for when the spike is planted inside the tube. The last one is from the same corner again. Stand on these boxes. Notice the lighter portion where the two jibs of the crane meet. Align it with the 40% line mark of your bar, just like this. And then do a simple left click. This lineup is for when the spike is planted on top at this area. The mid lineups takes practice, so before using it in competitive games, make sure that you have mastered them. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next video.